what pain are you avoiding? That's the really big question. And what I wanted to share with you is a really cool thing that I've learned about, and it's called status quo bias. And it's a thing that we humans have, and it's a state that we're so addicted to. And it goes back to, way back in evolutionary times where it was safer to stay the same than to risk going out. So, because there might be a saber-toothed tiger out there, right? So if we stay where we are, we know we're going to be safer. And even though there's no more saber-toothed tigers out there, our instinct, our natural default is just to stay the same. So what I like the way I like to help people move to where they want to go is to get really clear on their pain. So what pain do you have now? And I like to call that pain A. And you can sit there and you can make a list. Like after you've listened to this video, sit down and make a list of what is the real pain. And this takes some diving deep and some getting honest, because what we mostly want to do is bury our head down in the sand and just pretend that things are going to be okay. But what are you really not okay with? What are you, honestly, are you happy working at the job you're working at until the day that you retire? Are you happy sending your kids to the school that you send them to? Are you really happy that you have to turn down dinner invitations because you can't afford to pay the bill at dinner? Do you go out for dinner, and do you always check the price on the menu, and does that determine what you order? Do you never buy organic food because it's just so much more expensive than, the more processed, mass-produced, chemical-laden food? So are you not really feeding your family what you want to feed your family? So really sit down and get clear. What are the pains in your life? Do you never actually go on the dream family holiday that you want to? If you sit and add up how much money you save every year in your family, and you think about how many more years you're working, and if you add that up, and let's say it comes to $200,000, let's say you're saving 10 grand a year, and you've got 20 more years of work, and there's $200,000, and you add it to your superannuation, and let's say that's $200,000, and now you've got $400,000 when you retire. And then you divide that. If you divide that by how many years you're going to live after you retire, let's say it's 20 years, are you okay with living on that amount of money? Because for most people, that's going to be about $400 a week. And in 20 years' time, what's $400 a week going to buy is probably a caravan and half a sausage for dinner. Are you okay with that? Or is it painful for you to think about living the best years of your life, your retirement, in a caravan with half a sausage for dinner because that's all you can afford? So that's what I mean by diving deep, getting honest, getting your head out of the sand, and really getting clear on pain A. And then think about pain B. What's pain B look like? So pain B is, I don't think I want to ring that person and ask them if they would be interested in buying my product, because what if they say no, and that's going to feel like rejection? Or, it's Friday afternoon, I'd just rather have a few glasses of wine. I'm too tired to make those calls. Or tonight I really want to watch a movie, so I'm not going to read that book that I know that I really need to read, which will help me with my business skills. So they're the pains that we're avoiding, right? They're the saber-toothed tiger that we think is still out there. And so when we have those two lists clear, we can really sit down and ask ourselves, well, which pain's worse? What's worse? Never being able to send my kid to the school that I want to send him to, or phoning up that friend and saying, hey, do you want to try, whatever my product is? So the pain of staying the same worse than the pain of changing? And you get to decide. And always diving into the perceived pain out of our status quo bias is the direction that we need to go.